Hello, you're welcome. Today we're going to be looking at how to systematically disassemble a router machine, identify its parts, repair or replace a bad one, and then reassemble it again. And after that, we'll show you how this portable part tool can be operated. Let's begin. You first of all remove this upper cap, this cap of the router machine. And then when you're doing that, take note of the screws. This screw, this one, this and this are longer than this and this. This and this are longer than this and this. So you can see the length. You can see the length. Okay. That is basically because of the height. If you look at the height of this and the height of this, they're not same. Okay. So the next step is to remove the brushes, to remove the carbon brushes. So we'll do it this way. You carefully pull it out from the housing. Yes, this is the carbon brush. This is the carbon brush. It has a spring in the housing, so you can spring this way. Okay. Then also remove this one. Carefully pull it out. Okay. It's a carbon brush. See, and the spring inside. So if you look at this place, there are four openings around here, not these ones. These ones are the opening of the upper cap. But look at this place, one, two, three, four. Four, okay? You see that? One, two, three, four. Four openings. So these are the openings where that's holding the screw that is being fastened to this very particular unit. So we will unscrew these four screws and then to disconnect it from this very part. Now the screws are made with a head, star screw head. So I'm sure I'm through with unscrewing the screw. So, but before we pull it out, we will first of all remove these arms, this particular arm and this particular arm. You don't have to pull it out without removing this arm. If not, it won't go out. So we will have to remove this arm, and we'll begin by unscrewing these three screws. Okay, so if you look at this place, there are two other bolts or screws here, so you have to unscrew them. Make sure you don't misplace your screws. Okay, then we will have to remove this particular one also. Now this unit, this particular arm is housing the switch or the trigger, the switch uh, through which you operate this very portable power tool. Okay, that is it. You can see it very well. So in here are two bolts or screws. This one is the switch or the trigger. This is the switch or the trigger. We will not have to remove it. We'll just leave it there. Except you want to change this part maybe when it is bad. But we want to disassemble it. So in doing that, we'll remove this or screw this so that we can remove this arm. So this part has been unscrewed. Okay, so now you can see we have unscrewed the two arms. So what we will do now is to carefully, you can look for something like flat that has a flat tip, either your flat screwdriver or something that is flat, and you'll put it in here carefully and pull it. When you pull it, you see that? You pull it, you see that? It will come out, boom. Okay, now take note of this. This side has a longer, okay, a longer spring than this other side. So the side that has the longer spring has this very pipe, okay, okay, has this pipe, you see that? So the side, you see the pipe has longer pipe, that's the side that come with a longer spring, and then the side with the shorter spring is this way. The longer spring is this way, and then there is uh, this pin, the plastic pin here, that is usually inserted this way in case you're coupling it back. So it's usually like this. Okay, and then look at the inside. The side that has a deeper hole receives the longer spring, while this other side, this side, receives the shorter spring. The side that's deeper receives the longer spring. You see that this way, and this side receives the shorter spring. Okay, now before we will continue, let's do something here. let's just quickly identify some of the parts that we can see now. Here, this is the stator winding. This is the stator winding, or you can call it field winding, or you can also call it field coil. It has been stated with the help of these screws. Okay, and and this is the stator housing. This is the stator housing. Okay, and then here is the armature. This is the armature. This is the armature of the machine, this portable power tool. Okay, and then this is known as the commutator. This is the commutator, and then each of the lines is known as a commutator segment. Each of the segments is known as commutator segments. This is the bearing. This is the bearing, but this bearing is bad, and so we're going to replace this bearing with a better